They walked through a garden where past memories floated in the air like transparent, shimmering bubbles. With his newfound will, Diego tried to stay focused on the mental image of his future. But suddenly a bubble drifted past him, its surface showing a painful memory of his parents fighting over their lack of money. The image shattered his concentration. "I'm trying, grandfather," he said with frustration. "But these memories, the hardships, my parents' poverty, they keep appearing before my eyes and cloud my vision. It's as if they are a part of my identity." Mateo stopped, his gaze firm. "You cannot hold a clear picture of wealth if you constantly turn your attention to opposing pictures. Do not talk about your past financial troubles. Do not think of them at all. Let the dead bury their dead." To do any of these things, Arturo added, is to mentally classify yourself with the poor for the time being, and this will certainly stop the movement of things in your direction. You must put poverty and everything that pertains to it completely behind you. They reached a point overlooking a panoramic view of the earth. In parts of the globe, turmoil and problems were visible as dark, swirling spots. "But how can I ignore all these problems?" Diego asked. "The news is full of war and pessimism. It feels like the world is heading towards destruction. Do not read the books which say the world is soon coming to an end, or the writings of philosophers who say it is going to the devil," Arturo advised. "The world is not going to the devil. It is going to God. It is a wonderful becoming." "It is true there are many disagreeable things in the existing conditions," Mateo said. "But what is the use of studying them when they are certainly passing away, and when studying them only tends to check their passing and keep them with us? Why give your attention to things that are being removed by evolutionary growth, when you can hasten their removal only by promoting that growth in your own part of it? Fix your attention on the world's becoming rich," Arturo urged. "Think of the riches the world is coming into, not the poverty it is growing out of. And bear in mind, the only way you can assist the world in growing rich is by growing rich yourself through the creative method." The setting changed, and they found themselves in a magnificent hall, its walls covered with images of humanity's greatest achievements in art, science, and spirituality. "But," Diego hesitated, "to devote all my time and thoughts to wealth, doesn't that seem a bit base and materialistic?" Arturo's voice filled with a sudden passion. "To truly become rich is the noblest goal you can have, because it includes everything else. On the competitive plane, the struggle for riches is a scramble for power. But when we enter the creative mind, all of that changes. All that is possible in the greatness of the soul, in service and noble effort, is achieved through getting rich. Everything is made possible by the use of things. Physical health, moral and spiritual greatness, family happiness," Mateo added, his voice resonating in the hall. "All are only possible for those freed from the competitive battle for existence. Love blossoms where there is refinement and freedom from corrupting influences, and these are found where wealth is obtained by the creative method. You cannot aim for anything so great and noble. You must learn to see the underlying truth in all things," he said. "Beneath all wrong appearances, you must see the one great life, always pressing forward toward fuller expression. The truth is that there is no such thing as poverty. There is only wealth. People remain poor for 3 reasons," Arturo explained. "First, ignorance. They do not know there is wealth for them. These can best be taught by you becoming a living example. Second, mental laziness. They sense there is a way out but are too indolent to make the mental effort. For these, you must arouse their desire by showing them the happiness that comes from being rightly rich. Third, confusion. They are lost in a labyrinth of theories. For these two, the best thing is to show the right way in your own person. An ounce of practice is worth a ton of theory. The best thing you can do for the whole world, Matteo stated simply, is to make the most of yourself. They returned to the quiet, familiar study. On the table, there was only a single luminous book, a symbol of the focused teachings Diego had received. Diego, Arturo began, we claim these teachings provide the principles of the science of getting rich. If this is true, you do not need any other book on the subject. This may seem narrow-minded, but in mathematics there is only one way to think scientifically, the way that leads to the goal by the most direct and simple route. When you start on this path, put all other ways aside, Matteo cautioned. If you do not, you will fall into doubt and uncertainty, and you will fail. After you have succeeded, you can study other systems as much as you please, and postpone your investigations into the occult. Let the dead in the hereafter rest and solve your own problem. Get rich. If you mix these things, you will create mental cross-currents that will surely run your hopes aground. So, there is a thinking substance from which all things are made. A thought in this substance produces the thing that is imagined by the thought. Man can cause the thing he thinks of to be created by impressing his thought upon this substance. To do this, he must pass from the competitive to the creative mind. He must form a clear mental picture of the things he wants, and hold this picture in his thoughts with the fixed purpose to get what he wants, and the unwavering faith that he does get what he wants, closing his mind to all that may tend to shake his purpose, dim his vision, or quench his faith. Matteo paused, his gaze deep, signaling a new phase. And in addition to all this, we shall now see that he must live and act in a certain way. Diego's face was filled with a profound understanding and a calm readiness. His mental journey had reached its peak. He now knew that the next stage was to bring this truth into the realm of action.